Peter Lang here again. Welcome to Module 2 of 12 in the series I'm calling Ignite Your True Purpose, designed to help you start living the life that you are here at this time and in this place to live. This week we're going to examine the key beliefs and the overall mindset to live your true purpose on a daily basis. Okay, I want to start off again by reading from 365 Days of Richer Living because I found this really great passage that's appropriate for today. It says on page 286, the assets of spirituality-minded person are his ability to remain untouched by the confusion of the world around him and to instigate a creative process which brings order out of chaos. It may seem easier to exist in a panicky state of mind, telling all whom we meet how difficult life is, than to remain poised and say nothing at all. Yet we are assured that there is a way of thinking wherein we can handle every situation with ease, stability, and poise by becoming still and from a center within ourselves find a peace which has never been disturbed. God in the midst of us is instantly available as peace, order, and harmony. All that is required is to turn within and think His terms, His ideas. As we do this, the panic flees and order is born. We are already in the mind of God, which always operates in peaceful and perfect ways. And I think it's a perfect passage for this week's session and module, which we're going to go over the top 10 ideas I have or beliefs that I believe will help drive your success on a daily basis. And the first set of beliefs are related to the core or the existential questions of life. And let's start with the big one. Is there a God? Well, if there isn't, then most of what follows is meaningless. And if you don't believe that there is a God, then maybe this isn't the right blog for you. So with that in mind, the number one belief is there is an all-loving, all-knowing, and all-powerful God that created everything we know as reality and many things beyond our knowing through thought, i.e., we live in a thought-based reality. Number two belief, we are creators in God's image, and the process is simple if we understand it and allow it. In other words, your thoughts, along with your feelings and emotion, create your reality that's in alignment with God and your higher power. The number three belief is everything is made of energy. It is constantly flowing. It can be accessed at any time. And the higher power can be drawn upon to collapse time and space to manifest our lives faster and in bigger than we had ever dreamed possible. We'll go into this one a lot. The second existential question that drives out some belief systems is, what is the meaning of life? And I've gone through an evolution in my own life on this question. At first, I thought, as many do, it was about societal and material success, looking around me for what other people thought about me and getting things. And when I realized that wasn't really true, then I thought it was all about relationships, which are important, but they're not core. So the core meaning of life is, number four belief is, life is about aligning to your higher power and knowing at your core, at your deepest self, the number five belief, which is all is one and duality is an illusion. That's a hard one to get your mind wrapped around. But in a meditation a few months ago, I had this bit of a download in my prayer, which I heard, you are a unique expression of me in the world. When you continuously choose and stay close to me, we become what I fully intended for you since before time began. And that came to me in a meditation, and I wrote it down. I was like, I got to share that someday because that's wonderful and beautiful. And my idea for this, getting our heads wrapped around this idea or this belief that all is one and duality is an illusion, is that our relationship with God is like the relationship of a wave to the ocean. In other words, the ocean, all the water is connected. It's all one. But on the surface, waves are born, they grow, they have a lifetime, and then they dissolve back into the ocean. And so that's kind of how I like to think about what is this concept of all is one and duality is an illusion. It's all one, and there are unique expressions of the one that are us in this world. All right, number 3 existential question is, where am I? Or why am I here? And the number 6 belief to help answer this question is, we all have a unique purpose and a mission to accomplish in this lifetime. It's kind of like, if you think about it, there's over 7 billion people on the planet who all have unique fingerprints. Otherwise, the fingerprinting system wouldn't work. And we all have unique facial features in how our faces are constructed. Otherwise, facial recognition wouldn't work. And this goes throughout our bodies, including our irises are unique. They can do iris scans. You've probably seen that tech in movies as well. So your fingerprints, your irises, your facial features, they're all unique and different. There's over 7 billion different combinations, which is truly amazing. And it goes deeper than that. That's just our physical manifestation. But we are brought here with a unique purpose. And whether we're here to create something, to produce something, maybe we're just here to care for somebody or to love or to mentor somebody. Everything that we do, our core purpose is really, there's only one thing behind it, and that's to be, as we talked about earlier, a unique expression of God and express the love of God in this lifetime. So wrap your head around that, think about that. Let's move on to the 4th existential question, which is, how can I know right from wrong and truth from falsehood? Well, if we align to some of the previous beliefs, which all is one and there is a God, then the number 7 belief is, when we are aligned to our higher power, we are aligned to and access the truth to help guide our lives. And in future posts, we're going to go into this belief a lot deeper and talk about the mechanisms of how that works. But for now, just know that when you're aligned to your higher power, you're aligned to truth, and you can access that truth, and you can use that to help guide your life. All right, number 8 belief for living your true purpose. Life is a journey, not a destination. One of my early, I could say, virtual mentors was Dennis Waitley, and he had this concept called Someday I'll, and he said, we all want the things on Someday I'll, and we're focused on Someday I'll and getting there. But if we're focused on Someday I'll, we miss what is happening in the present. Dennis Waitley said, and I'm going to quote, "Happiness cannot be traveled to, owned, earned, worn, or consumed. Happiness is the spiritual experience of living every minute with love, grace, and gratitude." Another great person, at least in the U.S. history, Benjamin Franklin, who was more disciplined than most and had 13 virtues which he endeavored to live out throughout his life. He wrote about his approach to life and trying to master life. Towards the end of his life, he wrote, quote, "Though I've never arrived at the perfection I had been so ambitious of obtaining, but fell far short of it, yet I was, by the endeavor, a better and happier man than I otherwise should have been if I had not attempted it." So he's saying the pursuit was really the thing that made him happy, not getting somewhere, but pursuing being excellent, being the best that he can be, and living out his true purpose. All right, number 9 belief. Developing positive growth-oriented habits that seem simple in the present will have a huge impact over time. And the problem with this belief is that these habits are simple. And so because they're simple, people don't think there's any power in them. But yet when you do them over time, they have enormous multiplying impacts, like saving a penny every day, or it compounds over time and you have to become wealthy. There's many books that have been written about this concept, including The Slight Edge, The Compound Effect, The One Thing. I'll put some references in the notes. But some of the core habits to focus on deal with our beingness, which we talked about last week. We're going to talk more about in the future. So number one habit to develop is connecting to your source or higher power through prayer, meditation, maybe contemplation. Whatever is the best practice for you, that's something you're going to have to discover for yourself. But that is the number one habit that will pay you in pursuit of living your true purpose. Number two is journaling, having some goals, reviewing them, updating them, constantly having this thing pulling you forward out in front of you in your life, something that's helping get you out of bed every morning to live your true purpose. Of course, exercise and diet, taking care of our physical body, and then moderation in everything. There's many, many more habits which we'll explore in future modules, but for now, those are some of the core ones. All right, last but not least, the number 10 belief, and it's related back to what I said in my evolution of understanding life, is that relationships are essential to the success of living your true purpose, okay? And there are a couple of sub-beliefs under this one. Let's call it 10.1. There is a power in numbers. Don't do it alone. Jesus said in Matthew 18:20, "For where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there I am with them." Meaning when we come together as groups, God is present helping us as well. 10.2, surround yourself with the right people. I forget who said it, but it's a pretty well-known thing that you are like the 5 people that you hang out the most. So do a quick self-assessment. Who are the 5 people you're hanging out the most? Are they pulling you forward? Are they in front of you in terms of where you want to be, or are they behind you and slowing you down? Check that out. 10.3 and last is guides are useful to keep you moving forward on this thing that we've already said is a journey, not a destination. So for heroes to fulfill their purpose, they almost always, if not always, have a guide. I'm going to say probably always. For example, in fiction, Luke Skywalker had Yoda, Frodo had Gandalf, Jason Bourne had Marie, people that helped move them forward. But in more practical terms, the greatest spiritual leaders of the last 100 years also had mentors, which I think many of us don't know. So for example, Martin Luther King Jr. had Benjamin Mays, whom he called his spiritual mentor and intellectual father. So he had a guide helping him to become the great person that he was. Even Gandhi had Gopal Krishna Gokhale, his mentor and guide, which he said couldn't have done it without him. And even Mother Teresa, who you'd think lived in by herself with her sisters, had a mentor, Bishop William Curlin, who helped her through her darkest hours. So all the greatest people that became their true selves in this lifetime, they all had mentors, guides, someone to help bring them forward on this journey. There are way more many beliefs, including false beliefs, that we can explore and we will explore as we go forward. But these are the core 10 beliefs to get us started on our journey together. So enjoy contemplating them in your life and what they mean to you. Remember to check out the module resources, share this with a friend, post it on your social media, and get the word out that the path to finally living your true purpose is something that is real, it's attainable, it can be done. Okay, now for our guided meditation for this module, let's take a deep breath and relax. Let's take a few minutes here to let the messages of this module sink in. Let go of the challenges of today and the thoughts of the moment. And tune into your breath. Be relaxed. Maybe close your eyes. Shut out the world. Go within. And I'm going to slowly read you the beliefs presented in this module. Give you a brief moment to contemplate them. You can always come back to this and think about it more, contemplate it more later. Meditate on it. Number 1, there is a loving, all-knowing, and all-powerful God that created everything we know as reality and many things beyond our knowing through thought. i.e., we live in a thought-based reality. Number 2, we are creators created in God's image, and the process is simple if you understand and allow it. Number 3, everything is made of energy. It's constantly flowing and can be accessed at any time. And the higher power can be drawn upon to collapse time and space to manifest in our lives faster and bigger than we ever dreamed possible. Number 4, life is about aligning to your higher power, and knowing at your core that number 5, all is one and duality is an illusion. Number 6, we all have a unique purpose and a mission to accomplish in this lifetime. Number 7, when we are aligned to our higher power, we are aligned to and can access truth to guide our lives. Number 8, life is a journey, not a destination. Number 9, developing positive, growth-oriented habits that seem simple in the present will have a huge impact over time. And number 10, the right relationships are essential to the success of living your true purpose. There is power in numbers. Don't do it alone. Surround yourself with the right people, and guides are useful to keeping you moving forward. Okay, slowly come back from the meditation. I trust you found that useful today. Come back to this throughout the week. Contemplate what these mean in your life. Feel grounded in them as truths. And we'll see you in the next module. Have a great week.